Segment 3, we're putting Crackle on top of Grandma's table. Okay, like I said today, it's about 102 in here, maybe even hotter. I'm pretty hot. But this takes 1 to 3 hours to really get to the point where you want to put your next coat on. But this has gone really fast. This has been about 30 minutes. And as you can see, I just have a few wet spots. And that's perfect. That's all we need. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put our turquoise on top and watch the crackle happen. And it happens pretty quick. One thing you want to know when you're putting your crackle on is don't go back over where you just wiped. Just go on, move on. Go on, move on. Go on, move on. If you go back over, like you thought you missed a spot, it's just going to smooth it out, and you're going to have a rough spot there, and it's just not going to look right. Okay, so we're not going to take much paint. Maybe a fourth of a cup. Remember, we always like to wash off the tip. Make sure there's no chalk paint that's left on there. Because the next time you go to use it, that dry chalk paint will drop right into your bowl and leave dry chalk all over your project. So we're going to take our chippy brush that I could not remember the name of before. You know, I think I'm just going to get a little bit more paint because this one you got to be a little bit more liberal with. And it's really sucking up on the paintbrush. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. And the crackle that I used before, I had quite a bit left over. It was not contaminated with any red paint or anything, so I went and put that right back into the container. The red paint had sat for a whole day in 100+ degree weather, so I didn't pick up any pigment at all when I added that crackle. So I was able to reuse what I had. Again, I'm going to wipe off the tip. Keep it clean. Alright, so I got, it's still not a lot of paint, as you can see. Maybe a half a cup. That's what I'm putting in there. It's kind of hard to see because they're both the same colors, but it's not a lot of paint. Like I said, this paint is more expensive than what you expect to pay for a latex, but you don't use very much at all. So I'm going to get my brush pretty full of paint. It's pretty full. That's not normally how I paint. I usually paint more of a dry brush, but I'm getting a lot of paint on there. I still think I might need a little bit more. So I'm going to tip this up just to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to go over it really quick. I'm just going to go over the whole entire thing and not go back over anything. If I missed, I missed. We'll figure that out later, but most of the time you don't have to worry about it. It'll look fine. So here we go. Just going to go over it. There we go. Look at that. Big long streaks. Yeah, I'm going to need some more paint. So it's okay because I'm not going back over what I just touched. Got more paint in here. Here we go. And that's it. That's all you're going to do. There you go. Now, the crackle starts happening. It's going to take a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. But when you come back, here we go. We're starting to crackle right here. We're a little thicker here, but that's okay because I want a thicker crackle. So it's all different. It's just not the same look. Wherever it's thinner, it's going to start crackling. Got a great look going on right there. I hope the camera is picking that up. These two colors are so fantastic together. Turquoise and red. It's just beautiful. And we talked about in the earlier segment about where you get furniture. Well, my favorite place is yard sales because there's always a yard sale every weekend. But when you go to a yard sale, keep your mind open of what you can do to a piece of furniture. Don't just see it and say, well, that's not something I could work with. This piece of furniture here is so fantastic as a side table. But you know what? When I bought it, it was a 2-tier table. It had a long stem here and a table up here. Pretty old-fashioned. Nobody really wants a table like that. What I do, I just cut it off. Just cut it off and sanded that little core that was right there. And now I have another piece of wood I'm going to do something else with. Maybe make a clock out of it, or maybe just put an IOD transfer on it. But here, I got something else. I had my mind open when I saw it and thought I could do something with that. So go to yard sales. Don't just see the object as it is. Think of what you can do to it. Can you repurpose it and make it a bench? Can you fix the drawers that are broken? Yes, you can. It's not that hard to do. Look at this fantastic crackling going on. See the red coming through? How fast this works. And the only secret to Crackle is don't go back over it. One stroke and done. Don't think, oh, I missed something, I got to go back over it. You'll ruin it. Okay? You're going to have to start all over. It won't look right at all. And also, whatever you're doing Crackle on, keep it a flat surface. If this was a dresser, I would turn it on its side to the sides. Not just try to do the top and then the sides. And that's it. And it's just a fantastic look. Oh my gosh, this is coming out so cool. I hope the camera can show that. Look at this right here. This is going to be so awesome. I just love this. I might have to keep this myself. I say that about everything I paint. I don't have a big enough house to do that. So this will be going down to Blue House Vintage. Put it up for sale. So that's a segment on Crackle. That's segment 3. Segment 4 is what we do afterwards. Now we got to clear coat this. Maybe do some distressing. It's coming out really, really nice. I'd like to do some edging, sanding around here. Just bring out a little bit of wood grain and a little more red. I think it's going to look so good. Okay, so you guys stay tuned for segment 4, and we should be able to do that tomorrow and see how it comes out. Thanks a lot. See you later.